From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage live on the ECC network. In tonight's conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins host the Mercy University Mavericks. Good evening, everybody. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman, though you may have forgotten about me as they pulled me off the call with 2 minutes left. In a close game, we had a Senior Day presentation over at Swim Next Door. I'm once again joined by Nick Durst, and our engineer tonight, Nick Bavona, joins us on the call as well. Nick Durst, why don't you walk us through the end of our women's game in case anyone else missed it like I did?
All right, so the crucial turning point was when you got the hook. They pulled you off the screen, and you're out of here. So then the Dolphins, anyway, they inbound the ball to Ashley Lambert. She gets called for an offensive foul. They come over to see if it was a flagrant offensive foul. We had to pull up the Sportsnet stream here. Andrew did a great job. It took like 5 minutes. Anyway, Mavericks tie the game. The Dolphins call a timeout. Off the inbound, ball moves around, ends up in Kaya Johnson's arms and the elbow. She's going towards the basket, knocks it in, game winner. Dolphins win, biggest game of the season, biggest win of the season, 73-71.
Dolphins trailed by as many as 22 points in that game against the Mavericks. Came all the way back behind the offense of Kyra Rose, Jennalise Alarcon, and of course, a game winner by Kaya Johnson. Nick, where does that game rank up there with the women's basketball action you've called this year?
It's got to be up there with one of the top games I've called, even though I was on the other side doing PA. It really seemed like early on the Dolphins were struggling when it came down to shooting, and they were really trying to find anything to go into the basket. Thankfully, as the second and third quarter went on, they made it a 10-point game before halftime. Were eventually able to take the lead and tie the game before going into the fourth. And as you mentioned, Kaya Johnson gets that game winner. Huge win for CSI, considering that the Dolphins were on a little bit of a losing streak, so they definitely needed that one just before the end of the season.
Let's shift our attention over to the CSI men's basketball team now. And Nick, we've spoken a lot about this men's basketball team. They've played extremely well this year, especially in conference play. 5-1 against the ECC. They have faced this Mercy team already. They picked up the win. They face a big matchup against Stack this weekend, but it's important for the Dolphins not to look past this Mavericks team despite their slow start to the season.
Yeah, you can't have a trap game going into Royal Rumble weekend. You can't look ahead to Stack. You have to focus. You have to win this game. You have to come out strong, keep the good times rolling. And right now, they have two players playing at an unworldly level right now. Bryce Waterman having his career year in his last year. He's closing in on 1,000 points. And Mr. 1,000 himself, Messiah Mallory, had his 1,000 point in his last game out. Those two together have been a tremendous, deadly duo for the Dolphins this season.
Well, taking a look back at the last time these two teams met, it was a tale of two halves. The Dolphins dominated the first half. They outscored Mercy 40-21, won the second half by just a single point, but that was enough. At the time, the Mavericks were 0-8 entering that game against the Dolphins, 0-9 following that game. They're 1-15 now. Nick, what do they have to change from that first matchup against CSI tonight?
I think what we saw in that first game between the two, we saw that Mercy was struggling to shoot overall from that game. 37% from the field, 26% from the three-point line, and out-rebounded by 9 rebounds in that game. That's unfortunately been what's really hurt Mercy on this season, guys. They've allowed about 42 rebounds per game to opposing teams. They have to get something inside the glass and try to out-rebound a very good Dolphins team that knows how to get their rebounds. Overall, for CSI, they cannot look forward to their game upcoming on Saturday. As you guys mentioned, cannot afford to potentially have a sleeper game and let it get away from them.
And one thing that the Mavericks did well against the Dolphins, Nick Durst, they held CSI to 31% from downtown. The Dolphins have been so prolific from three-point range all season long. You touched on it. Bryce Waterman having a career year. A big part of that has been his outside shooting. But the Dolphins have done so much more than just connect on three-pointers this season.
Absolutely. They've played tremendous defense, and they've had some great scoring in the paint. J.J. Chestnut's had a great year, high-efficiency points. And Jordan McAllister, a lot of high-arcing inside the paint shots as well. They've been great. And the Oyo Conme brothers have played great defense and done a great job on the boards.
Dolphins will hope for more of that tonight. They look to keep their conference winning streak going as they take on the Mercer University Mavericks for the second time this season. However, ahead of tip-off tonight, we are going to recognize an individual who has dedicated over 10 years of volunteer work to our program. The Dolphins athletics program and the men's basketball team honor Thomas Morrow Sr. Ahead of tonight's game, we will stay right here for that pregame ceremony coming up right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to the Tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island for the second game of tonight's conference doubleheader. Tonight's men's basketball matchup features the Mavericks of Mercer University taking on your CSI Dolphins. Before the start of tonight's game, CSI Athletics and the men's basketball team would like to take the time to recognize an individual who has volunteered his time and effort to our program for over 10 years. 85-year-old Thomas Morrow Sr., the father of CSI baseball head coach Mike Morrow, has been volunteering at the CSI stage for over 9 years. Among his father's memories is watching CSI men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs and the Dolphins reach the Sweet 16 in the NCAA tournament, and he continues to cheer on the Dolphins from the press box at every CSI baseball home game. Mr. Morrow has also served our country and was assigned to Fort Dix in the United States Army at 21 years old, the place where he served from 1961 to 1967. He joins us here tonight with his wife of 62 years, Linda, his 3 sons, Louis, Thomas Jr., and Michael, their wives, Annie, Cecilia, and Janine, along with his grandchildren. Director of Athletics Chase Licata, the men's basketball team, and head coach TJ Tibbs, along with all of us here at CSI Athletics, want to thank Mr. Morrow for his service and for his willingness to volunteer here at CSI. Please join us in a round of applause for Thomas Morrow Sr. Mr. Morrow is also being presented with a plaque by men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs as a thank you for his dedication to the program and CSI Athletics. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem. Now it's time to meet tonight's starters. First to the visiting Mavericks of Mercer University. A 6'2 senior from Englewood, New Jersey, 0 Alex May. A 5'8 junior from Harlem, New York, number 1 Taj Childs. A 6'4 sophomore from Staten Island, New York, number 5 Sean Conroy. A 6'4 senior from Waterbury, Connecticut, number 11 Jay Turner. And a 6'8 sophomore from Bronx, New York, number 24 Asad Coney.
All right, we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst and Nick Bavona on the call tonight for this men's basketball matchup between the College of Staten Island and Mercer University. With the Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center starting lineups, my broadcast partner Nick Durst.
All right, Joe, for Mercer University first, number 0, the senior guard, Alex May. Number 1, the junior guard, Taj Tillis. Number 5, the sophomore guard, Sean Conroy. Number 11, the senior guard, Jay Turner. And number 24, the sophomore forward, Asa Kone. Their head coach is head coach is Chris Watts. In his second season. Now for the CSI Dolphins, their starting lineup. Number 1, the senior guard from Newburgh, New York, Jordan McAllister. Number 3, the sophomore guard from Waterville, New York, J.J. Chestnut. Number 21, the freshman guard from Staten Island, New York, Aaron Goldstein. Number 22, the forward graduate student from Colony, New York, Bryce Waterman. And number 23, the junior forward from Waterville, New York, recently 1,000-point scorer, Messiah Mallory. Head coach is TJ Tibbs.
Thank you, Nick. And as we mentioned before, right ahead of our break, though we did stay here, I stepped off headset, of course, as we honored Thomas Morrow Sr. during the pregame. Of course, the father of head coach of CSI Baseball, Mike Morrow. His team will begin their season in 1 month as they head to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for their annual spring training trip at the Cal Ripken Experience. But Thomas Morrow Sr., a veteran who has volunteered here at CSI for over 10 years.
A familiar face at the snack stand. And a great job by Marquise to take a picture, I don't know if they had the right lens, of at least 100 people.
We had as big of an on-court presence as I've ever seen here at the Tank.
Right now, Joe, I'm a little uncomfortable. We have an extra visitor in the broadcast table who is crowding my personal space. So excuse me if I get distracted in this game.
CSI Baseball seated directly over Nick's right shoulder as we're set for tip-off from the Tank. And the Dolphins will possess it first as Mallory wins the tip.
Guys, we hope that the baseball team keeps it PG while Nick's right next to them.
That's a good point, Nick. You never know. That's an unpredictable bunch.
Absolutely, that's for sure.
They looked at me like, what are you talking about? As Mallory is short on the jumper. Rebound to Jay Turner. Turner kicks out to the right wing. Conroy for 3, and the Mavericks lead at 3-0.
Strong start for Mercy right there with the 3-pointer from Conroy. He's coming off a 15-point performance in their last game against Damon.
Well, the Dolphins have put the ECC on notice, and you have to think, as Waterman rattles out a 3, but you have to think the other teams in the ECC face CSI knowing that they have to play their best or they won't pick up a win against this Dolphins team.
You don't want to go down early against this Dolphins team because the way they shoot, it could be over fast.
Childs kicks out to the perimeter. Turner was able to bring it in, and that pass hits off the leg of Asa Kone, and it will be Dolphins basketball. Chestnut brings it up. Waterman was given some space there, didn't shoot it. Mallory hands back to Chestnut, who looks to drive, and JJ is fouled.
JJ heading to the free throw line. So an early foul here from Mercy.
Well, looking back to the first matchup between CSI and Mercy, 4 Mavericks scored in double figures, but none of them scored over 10 in the game. And Nick mentioned it, they have to shoot it better. 37.9% against the Dolphins the first time out, and only 55% from the line.
And one of the big players that they'll look to go to in this game is going to be Alex May, who just made the ECC honor roll this past week, averaging 15.1 points per game on the season. So that's someone the Dolphins will need to contend with on the defensive side.
Messiah Mallory, as we mentioned during our last broadcast, recently broke the record for blocks in a single game by a Dolphin.
Yeah. Almost good enough to be the defensive player of the week in the ECC.
Not quite there. Turner, lefty layup, no good off glass. And that was last touched by the Dolphins.
You talked about Messiah on the season when it comes to his blocks. Has 34 blocks on the year. So he's been really good inside the paint for this Dolphins defense.
Messiah also broke the program record for blocks in a career with that 8-block performance. 15 on the shot clock for the Mavericks. And Childs banks it in.
Childs stretching this Mercy lead to 5-1.
Mallory, top of the arc for three. Splash.
Well, Joe, you said in our last broadcast together, Mallory, when he's able to catch and shoot right into those three-pointers, he makes them more often than not. Nice look from him.
He is a rhythm shooter from the outside. If he catches, shoots, stepping into that shot, he's as good as anybody from three-point range.
We know Coach Tibbs loves it when Mallory shoots the three.
Mavericks lead it by 1. Dolphins harassing Mercy defensively here. And that one was thrown off of a Dolphin out of bounds along the baseline with 5 to shoot.
Well, Joe, you know the Dolphins mean serious business when the coaching staff is suited up.
You're right about that, and as always, I approve of the footwear choice. Coach Tibbs and the Jordan 3s, as we have our first wedgie of the night. And Pete, once again, making a cameo.
Pistol Pete, he's got some company up there tonight, Joe. He's with somebody else, another fan favorite.
We're going to have to put a barricade around Pat.
Yeah, going to have to get Meredith
most likely
to put some dividers up.
20-second shot clock for Mercy, as that's an air ball by Conroy. Outlet pass up ahead to McAllister. His pull-up, no good. And rebounded by Turner.
Back-to-back contested shots on both sides of the court, as Mallory's going to get called for the foul right there.
Those are not the fouls that you want to commit. You never know when those will lead to foul trouble. And you hate to give a foul there if you don't have to. First foul of the game against CSI, each team with 1. Goldstein playing Childs very closely. Now May defended by McAllister. Conroy swings it back to May. May on the drive. He lays it in.
Nice job by May there, not an easy finish.
Chestnut back the other way, lost it. And it will be Mercy basketball.
That was a tough finish right there from May to even get that one off and get the backhander on it with Messiah Mallory inside the paint to get the 2 right there.
Just over 3 minutes gone by in this first half. Dolphins off to a slow start offensively. The Mavericks have made things very difficult on CSI in the early going. Childs, big crossover. Finds Kone, but he couldn't finish. And stepping on the baseline, I believe, was Turner. Dolphins ball. CSI still trailing by 3. TJ Tibbs calling a play from the CSI bench. This is Waterman. He hands off to McAllister. Chestnut left open. And he rattles in a 3.
Haven't seen Chestnut shoot the 3 much at all this season, but when he does, it's very effective.
Well, you can't leave him wide open.
I was going to say a very rare 3-point attempt right there from Chestnut as he grabs the rebound.
Kone threw up a wild shot, missed it, and then stole it back, but he still can't finish. And it will be Dolphins ball as that was knocked out by Chestnut. First media timeout of the game arrives as we are tied at 7. 15:52 on the clock in the first half. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information.
All right, we're back here in the tank, 7-7 early on here. Nick Durasnick will go to Joe Foreman on the call, 15:52 left in the first half. Nick, pretty evenly matched game so far.
I think for the CSI, when it comes down to it, they have to get something going on later in this game. Obviously, we mentioned it early on. It's been a rough start to the season for Mercy, but they're pretty much playing with house money right now in this game. They have nothing pretty much left to lose. The Dolphins have everything to lose right now, being tied with Stack so far on the season record. So the Dolphins cannot afford a loss here, especially when they're playing Stack on Saturday.
Absolutely. Like we said in the pregame, can't look ahead, can't fall for the trap. Shamar Laddie in the game, along with Adelaide Oyukanme and Chris Clancy. Waterman and Chestnut stay in, these starters. 3-point shot attempt there, off the mark. And Chestnut's back the other way, over to Laddie, who's caught as a career high recently. He lays it in, and it's no good. And that ball ends up out of bounds off Oyukanme.
And you mentioned Laddie, that career high against Damon, 24 points. Even in his last game against UDC, had 14. So back-to-back strong performances from Laddie, and that's big for CSI down the stretch of the season to get another capable scorer coming off of that bench.
Absolutely. Clancy's been great all year off the bench. We know Marmas can make the threes off the bench. So just adding to that depth and having some more scoring off the bench is going to help the team immensely down the stretch. Have a foul underneath.
I believe the foul's going to be on Clancy, and it is. So it's going to be his first.
Dolphins foul number 14, Chris Clancy, his first, team's second.
So Clancy's first foul, second of the game for CSI.
All right, we had to clear up some memory on our camera up top, which was the reason for the alternate camera angle. Score remains tied at 7. Adelaide Oyukanme checks in. As that shot is no good by Conroy, rebounded by Shamar Laddie, who also checked in for the Dolphins, along with Chris Clancy. Laddie wows the crowd with that move up the floor, and now Laddie is left open, and he knocks down the 3.
And he points to the baseball team. Fans are loving it. Laddie on a tear his last 2 games, keeping up with it here on his 3rd game in a row.
Laddie, another Dolphin you can't leave open.
Right, and Joe, we were talking about it before you came back. Laddie's last 2 games, 24 in that career high against Damon, the 14 against UDC. It's been pretty good for CSI these last 2, and that's big for them as they try to make this playoff push.
And Turner lost the ball.
Waterman to inbound for the Dolphins.
Chestnut uses the Oyukanme screen. Clancy thought about a 3. He was defended by Garrett Kirkland. Waterman won't think about it, and he knocks it down.
Well, guys, that's some high-quality H2O as the Waterman knocks down his first 3 of the game.
And you just knew sooner rather than later he was going to knock one down.
The Mavericks getting a bit sloppy, but the Dolphins turn it over right back. Press giving Mercy some problems these last couple of minutes. Bounce pass to Turner, who lost his footing. And the Dolphins are whistled for a foul.
Pete can't believe it. Pete cannot believe it. His hands are thrown up in disgust. If you missed the first game, the women's game, we have a fan or an employee next to the cameraman, Patty Two Cams, and it's Petey Two Hands, whose hands keep appearing in the shots. Just saw the replay there.
5-second violation right there. Good defense from the Dolphins.
Dolphins get it right back off of the foul call. Laddie will bring it up, defended closely by Jamal Jacobs, who checked in. Jacobs all over Laddie, who tries to power his way inside. Now Oyukanme into the corner for Clancy. Splash.
Chris Clancy can't leave him open, And they do, and he makes his shot count.
Guys, this is where the Dolphins start to get a little bit dangerous, and this is something Mercy's got to contend with. When the Dolphins start making their threes, they start to make this game a little bit, make it not closer than it originally was.
Dolphins didn't get off to a great start. They put that in the rearview mirror quickly. Mavericks, meanwhile, are on a scoreless drought. That shot is not close. And Oyekanmi has the rebound as Goldstein is fouled at the half-court line.
Jacobs will be called for the foul right there.
Thought that pass was coming straight through the laptop, Joe.
Wouldn't be the first time. Been hit in the ribs with a baseball. My laptop has been hit with a basketball. I then caught a foul ball without being hit by it. It's not often that you see 3 foul balls in the booth, but...
Well, who could forget the famous foul ball that took out our audio board?
The Dolphins hit another 3. And Shamar Laddie off the bench with a quick 6 points.
Laddie emerging as his go-to option off the bench for instant offense.
Another big-time 3 from Laddie right there. Sends the Dolphins lead now to double digits.
Dolphins defense sparking their offense early in this game. Mavericks have not scored in over 4 minutes. And the commentator's jinx strikes again.
That was wadded on the 2 right there. Now it's 19-9.
Zane Wadden scores quickly off the bench as Waterman can't connect from 3. To the rim goes Childs, and he lays it up.
That's going to force an immediate timeout from TJ Tibbs after 2 quick baskets for the Mavericks.
That layup was a bit too easy. And the Dolphins' lead has been trimmed down to 8. With 12:03 to go, we head to break. CSI leading Mercy, 19-11.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island. A top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins lead by 8. 12 minutes to go in the first half. Luis Armas into the game for CSI off the bench. He joins Oyekanmi, Goldstein, Laddie, and Clancy as we get a look at one of Shamar Laddie's 3-pointers. At least I hope that was Laddie. I saw it go in.
You're right.
Caught the tail end of that replay. The monitor's a bit far away from me. We have a 3-man booth tonight.
Extended table.
That shot by Laddie rattles out. Rebound by May. May charging up the floor. Takes it inside and traveled.
May going a little too fast, too furious there. Ends up traveling.
Dolphins get it right back. Goldstein picks up his dribble. Tries the mid-range shot. No good. Oyekanmi with the offensive board. Laddie, touch pass for Armas. Gets it right back. Laddie tried to go around the back there. Finds Armas for 3. No good. And Childs goes up and grabs the rebound in traffic. Deep 3-pointer was halfway down. Garrett Kirkland with as long of a shot as we have seen attempted all season.
And Mavericks commit the foul on the rebound.
I don't think we've seen a shot attempted from that deep, even by Bryce Waterman.
Far shot, that's for sure.
We'll get a second look at it here.
Pretty much at the top of the fin right there, he took the shot.
That was beyond the hash. That's 2K distance. And you better have takeover.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, it's from around midway on the volleyball court.
That is a long shot. Chestnut will bring it up as we approach 11 minutes to go in the first half. Armas for Mallory, and he's fouled. 4th team foul against the Mavericks.
Mavericks foul number 24, Alsep Kone, his first, team's 4th.
Dolphins will inbound from the sideline. Chestnut for McAllister, back to Chestnut, now Mallory in the corner. 10 to shoot. Mallory inside, fakes and finishes.
Really difficult finish there. Mallory got it under the net, had to adjust his body to lay it up with the right hand and make it.
Pass up the floor, finds Childs. He pulls up and knocks it down.
Mavericks see to that. Childs knocks down the 2.
Chestnut almost had it poked away. Michael Oyekanmi in the game now as that was tipped into the Mavericks bench. We'll stay right here.
Quick replay right here of the last basket for Mallory. As you said, a tough bucket under the rim, had to go up and under just to get that 2.
Mallory so versatile offensively, can knock down the 3, can finish around the rim, can face up in the mid-range. He does it all. This is Chestnut, floater. And he gets the bounce off glass.
Another tough finish for the Dolphins. Chestnut knocks that one in.
Dolphins trapping Turner here. He gets it away to Childs. Now Kirkland left wide open, and he makes the Dolphins pay.
Kirkland nails that one with Mallory closing in.
Dolphin lead is now 7. CSI briefly led by double figures. McAllister bounce pass for Oyekanmi. Armas fakes and pulls up. No good. Mallory there, got hands on it, and that was last touched by Messiah.
Quick replay of the last bucket from J.J. Chestnut. Just a little bit too fast, but
A little bit of extra.
Just a little bit extra, but a nice bucket nonetheless for Chestnut there, using the box to get that 2.
I'm going to have to do a deep dive and figure out why the default replay speed is 1.5 times. It's something on that machine. Pete wanted in the broadcast again. Pat tried.
He's doing his
camera.
best.
I can see Pat there. Pat, Pete, 3 steps back, 3 steps back. And Pete's like, yeah, no problem, no problem. Boom. Pete just gets excited. He's a big fan.
I'm not sure there was much to be excited about on that last possession as McAllister buries the pull-up.
Well, that could have been discussed as well. If you look right now, Joe, Pete is as close to Pat as he's been all night.
Well, that doesn't do our camera shot any good. And with that, we have a timeout. 9:07 to go, first half. Dolphins lead it 25-16.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food.
9:07 to go in the first half from the College of Staten Island. Dolphins trailed early by 3. They now lead by 9. Conroy on the wing, kicks back out to Childs. Screen set by Kone as the Mavericks swing it around the perimeter. Conroy nearly lost the ball as Turner looks to drive. He is stifled inside. Good defense by Oyekanmi and Chestnut. Mallory, bounce pass for Oyekanmi, and he stepped on the baseline. Mavericks making a substitution here.
See right there, good defense from the Dolphins.
Alex May back in. May racing up the floor. 3 Dolphins surround him, and he finds Kone wide open for the easy 2.
As easy as it gets for Kone after that nice feed.
I think there's got to be one thing that's been so far frustrating for the Dolphins. A lot of easy transition buckets for this Mavericks team, getting easy, fast breaks.
McAllister for Chestnut. Can't finish off back iron. Waterman has the offensive board, and perhaps Bryce a bit too unselfish there.
He's looking to pass to Mallory. Could have potentially just taken the open shot. Foul on Chestnut.
The Dolphins commit a foul before the ball is inbounded. I believe that's their 15th foul, unless they got it on the board quicker.
It's 14 fouls on both sides.
I could look, all right. Scoreboard operator on point tonight. Conroy doubled across half court. Now May is rejected by Mallory, gets his own rebound, has it back, and he scores.
Well, May takes the block in stride and is able to score.
Can't recover any better than that. This is Waterman for Mallory. And Messiah's pull-up is too strong. Fight for the rebound. It goes to Kone. Here comes Childs. Childs pulls up wide open. No good. Kone got a hand on it, but he swatted it out of bounds. It would be Dolphins basketball. And we're going to have a media timeout with inside of 8 minutes to play in the first half. 7:17 on the clock. The Dolphins lead it, 25-20.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
$7:17 to go in the first half. Dolphin lead is 5 points. CSI led by double digits for a short time, but the Mavericks have worked their way back. This is McAllister on the wing. Right back to Chestnut. McAllister for Oyekanmi. And Adelaide backs down and scores.
Nice job by him. Pass up the open shot to the basket with the contact and lays it in.
When teams give him room, he makes them pay, whether it's with a short jumper or backing down to the rim. Kone hands off to Childs. Now Kirkland for 3.
Great job by Kirkland on that three-pointer with McAllister right by him.
Well, if it wasn't clear when he attempted that long shot from well beyond the arc, he can shoot. McAllister for Oyekanmi, left open again, goes up an air ball. I think I jinxed him, Nick.
I think he did.
Conroy, head fake. Floater, too strong. And Chestnut saves it to Oyekanmi. Now McAllister for Waterman. Bryce looks to drive, gets inside and is rejected by Kone. Now Conroy on the break, into the corner. Kirkland for 3.
Can't leave Kirkland open unless it's from really, really, really deep is what we've been learning so far in this first half.
And already, guys, Mercy They're shooting way better from the three-point line than they did the first time these two teams met on the 6th. They're now 4 of 7 from three-point.
3 of those by Kirkland as Mallory misses from the corner. Mavericks looking to run again. Childs inside for Kone, and Mallory swats away the dunk attempt.
Second block of the game for Mallory.
McAllister pulls up wide open. No good.
Dolphins have not been able to make a true shot in quite some time here. Ikonme had the layup, but that's about it.
10-2 run for Mercy in the last 4 minutes. As McAllister is whistled for a foul.
Look back on the replay of that big block from Messiah Mallory, keeping his team right now for the moment up 1. Looked like an easy bucket for Kone right there, but a huge rejection for Mallory, his second of the game.
That's as nice of a block as you're going to see. So tough to block dunks without being whistled for a foul, even more so from behind. Childs with 12 on the shot clock. And I believe Mallory...
They got Clancy, he held the jersey for just a quick second.
I thought they called it 3 seconds.
Dolphins foul number 14, Chris Clancy, his second, team 6.
For a split second, he held the jersey trying to avoid another potential open 3 for the Mavericks. So he's called for the foul right there.
The Dolphins are ready now with 16 fouls. Late in the half with under 5 minutes to play, but just moments ago, they had 4. Nice bounce pass, and another rejection by Mallory is followed by a Kone dunk.
Kone able to catch the block and slams it home.
Laddie in the corner. Looks to attack, and is fouled.
Looks like Laddie might have got an elbow to the back of his neck there.
So we got to look at that last dunk by Kone. Mallory blocked the shot. It deflected off the backboard right into the hand of Kone, who threw it down. First free throw by Laddie is good. And Laddie goes 2 for 2 from the line. We approach 4 minutes to go in the first half. The Dolphins take the lead back. They're in front by 1. Kirkland. No good. And Mallory has the rebound.
Mallory seemed a little bit gingerly coming down after that rebound.
Laddie was tied up, finds an open Goldstein. No good. Clancy tips it out. But did he tip it off the hand of a Maverick?
Everybody pointing around. The referees will get together. Maybe they'll come over here.
If they do, Nick has it. And they'll give Mercy the basketball. And send us to a media timeout. 3:55 to go in the first half. The Dolphins' lead is down to 1.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
29-28, our score inside of 4 minutes to play in the first half from the tank. Dolphins earlier in this game led by double figures. Their largest lead of the game was 12, but Mercy has worked their way back, briefly led by 1. Dolphins now have a 1-point advantage.
See what the Mavericks were able to draw up out of that timeout. Kirkland has been able to knock down some huge threes as of late.
Mercy has come back behind their three-point shooting, 6 of 11 from downtown. Dolphins also shooting it well from three-point range, 4 of 8. Kone left open, no good, and Waterman has the rebound. Laddie, bounce pass inside for Mallory. He has position, and he scores.
Nice bounce pass and a nice finish. Laddie to Mallory.
Conroy defended by Clancy. He used the Kone screen. Now Kirkland defended closely there by Waterman. He's not giving him any space off the ball. Now Childs pulls up again and knocks it down.
Anytime Mercy has needed some sort of basket to potentially stop Dolphins' momentum, Childs has been able to do it.
He's been good on that pull-up. And Laddie can't get that three to go. Childs is fouled by Goldstein, and that will put the Mavericks in the 1-and-1 bonus.
Dolphins foul number 21, Aaron Goldstein, his first personal foul.
Free throw on its way, too strong. Dolphins maintain a 1-point lead. Clancy, splash.
Taking deep threes with the defender over you is pretty chancy, but it was made easy by Chris Clancy there.
Pull up again.
Air
That's
ball.
an air ball.
That's a three the Dolphins desperately needed, guys, with this being a 1-point game. Huge shot from Clancy.
Laddie will bring it up. Dolphins now leading by 4. Nice bounce pass, but Mallory couldn't handle it in heavy traffic and draws a foul.
Mavericks foul number 24, outside Kone, his second.
Foul on Kone.
It's now 2 for him in this first half.
Well, Joe, they're going to be running your favorite play off of this, as the Taylor Swift play was just called for.
I think that's more defensive instruction, I would assume.
Must be a defensive mechanism on the inbounds. The Joe Foreman play, was that for offense? Okay.
That was offense. Don't want to say what it was because
No, we don't want to expose it. No.
Don't want to expose it if they're still using it. It did result in a wide open look.
You hear it? Yeah, the T Swift.
Dolphins by 6, under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Kirkland still within his range out there. Gives it up to May, 10 to shoot. May crosses over, picks up his dribble, feeds it to Kone, who spins and throws one off back iron.
Well, Mavericks turn away in a Lavender Haze after that offensive possession. Good defense.
Well, I would not have known that was a Taylor Swift song until they called that defensive set. Would have had no idea.
That's a song, Joe.
I am not well versed in pop culture.
I actually used it in a call last season.
You did.
For
I do remember
an
that.
offensive shot, I believe, by Lizzie LaFaro on the women's team.
I probably saw it in one of your reels. Now,
See it.
Nick, would you have known that was a Taylor Swift song?
I
without?
did.
Okay, you did.
Now, the problem is, we'll be hearing a lot more of that on Sunday after the AFC title game.
I hope not. I hope not.
I hope not as well.
Had enough of the Chiefs.
That's true.
Turner. Lefty layup is good off the window.
Jalen Turner for 2.
Chestnut into the corner. Waterman. Splash.
Swoosh. Swoosh, please. Bryce Waterman knocks down the 3 in the corner.
Bryce definitely saying a thank you for that pass.
Good pass for sure.
I'm glad you did it, Nick, because I was letting you do it there. We're all members of the academy here.
That block does not count, but the shooter was trying to shoot after the whistle, and Waterman had none of that. He blocked it anyway.
41.7 to go until halftime. And after the Mavericks took a 1-point lead for a few seconds, the Dolphins are right back in front by 7. Dolphins won the first meeting by 20, 81-61.
As Conroy called for the foul. That's not going to put the Dolphins at the free throw line because of the bonus. So the Dolphins were looking for that quick 2-for-1 before the half. They'll now have an opportunity to do so.
Clancy will shoot for CSI. He has 6 points on a pair of three-pointers. Now, I mistakenly swapped the team's three-point numbers earlier. It was the Dolphins who were shooting 6 of 11 from 3 when I mentioned it. They're now 8 of 14. Mercy is 4 of 8 from 3. So I misspoke earlier. Clancy hits both. It's now a 9-point game. Chestnut, Waterman, both have 6. Clancy has 7. Laddie has 8. Mallory has 9. Well-balanced scoring for CSI. Kirkland leads Mercy with 9, followed by Childs with 8. Now Conroy. And he was whistled for an offensive foul.
Well, Dolphins now with another chance to score, and they can hold for the last shot.
Mavericks foul number 5, Sean Conroy, his second personal foul.
Chance to make it a double-digit lead once again for CSI going into this halftime.
Dolphins with a very strong finish to this first half. And that's something their coaching staff likes to see. Makes our halftime conversation a bit more pleasant as well.
Oh, yes. Definitely want to be doing the interviews with the lead.
Laddie, with 8 seconds remaining in the half, finds Mallory for 3. Way off. Goldstein has the rebound, fades away, and gets the roll as time expires. Aaron Goldstein gives the Dolphins an 11-point lead heading into halftime. CSI will lead 43-32. When we come back, our halftime conversation with men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Welcome back to the Tank courtside here for the TLC Physical Therapy Halftime Coaches Interview with Coach Tibbs. Coach, going into the half right now with a lead. Talk to everybody at home about the recent offensive emergence by Shamar Laddie.
Confidence. Basketball is a game of confidence. I think a lot of people could say coaches can give you confidence, can take confidence away, but confidence comes from hard work, preparation, belief in yourself, and opportunity. I mean, we all know Shamar is capable of that. Shamar was our starting point guard to start the season last year and then got hurt and missed the rest of the season. So we're not surprised. He's not surprised. It's good to see the ball go in. You can smell the confidence on him. But I think the biggest thing is that his teammates are encouraging him to go do that, which goes for any player, whether you're 5 years old, Can't nobody take away your confidence. You got to work hard, and he's just out there doing the things that we see every day that people don't see in practice.
Absolutely. So the semester starts tomorrow, but a really nice turnout here at the Tank. But wouldn't it be great to really pack this place the rest of the season?
We need it, and the students are back today. School starts tomorrow. We need it. So many community people here, so many student athletes here. We appreciate it. I mean, even during the break, we've had good turnouts, but I can't wait for the Tank to continue to be packed. I know wherever I go in Staten Island, people are talking about the team, coming up to me, they know, messaging me, texting me. So I'm very appreciative, and I'm more appreciative of the people that can't come that are watching at home. So This is awesome. These are a great group of kids, young men, to support. We're playing good basketball right now, but more importantly, these are the type of kids that you would want around your daughters, around your younger kids and everything. So I can't say enough about them.
A lot of high-class individuals, that's for sure. Coach, thanks for your time. Best of luck in the second half. When we return here.
Hold on. So we're wearing suits today with shoes, Coaches versus Cancer. I know we're dressed down more, and believe me, wearing a suit right now feels crazy, but cancer is very close, and my family, my mom and mother-in-law, both with breast cancer, so has hit home. And anybody out there watching, this is just awareness. So we have our sneakers on today. We have our suits on today. Anybody that has struggled with cancer or has gone through it, we're thinking about you. We want to raise awareness, money, and everything, and we're all one group. So just wanted to make sure we brought awareness to that.
Thank you very much, Coach. Appreciate it. Best luck in the second half. And when we return after the commercial break, the resumption of the basketball here, Dolphins go into halftime with the lead.
Basketball has a special place in my heart because of the experiences it has given me and the purpose I have found along the way. Basketball taught me that success doesn't require perfection. Rather, I should pursue excellence in everything that I do. Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment. I've learned to welcome mistakes and not only accept adversity, but embrace it. It has the unique effect of eliciting talents in someone which would have otherwise lain dormant. It is something that builds character, an element that is essential to a player's growth and development. You sometimes wonder if all the mornings and late nights are really worth it. Then you look to your left and right, and you see your teammates beside you, and you know you're not alone. And it's comforting. When you're part of a team, there's a special joy in playing for something bigger than yourself. Basketball taught me how to embrace a community. Like music, it brings people together. When you make contributions to your team, your program, it's a rewarding feeling knowing the impact you have on the larger community when you observe how much it inspires the people around
you. Dear basketball, I was only a few months old when I took my first photograph with a ball in my lap. From that moment on, you never left me. Growing up in a small village in upstate New York, 2 miles from the Canadian border, you were my constant go-to for fun and entertainment. No matter if there was 3 feet of snow or the sun was scorching hot, I always found a way to be with you as you brought me so much joy. As a child, you always had a way of bringing the neighborhood kids together. Every day we would find our way to the circular paved patio I had in my yard with an 8-foot rim nailed to a tree. It wasn't the classiest court to play on, but it worked for us, and it's where my passion for you began. Little did I know you would take my friends and family on a journey of a lifetime. It was from you where I learned to be brave, courageous, and adventurous, that if I stuck with it through my moments of failure, disappointment, and heartache, I could achieve anything I put my mind to. Like attending Duke University on a full scholarship where I was able to surround myself in greatness both in the classroom and on the court. It is here where I truly learned how to step out of my comfort zone and discover what I was made of, refusing to let my insecurities and fears hold me back. Gail Gestencourse and her incredible staff, along with my teammates, gave me a family away from home that I could have never dreamt of as a little girl. The ACC championships, the NCAA tournaments, including the national championship game in 1999, cannot match the friendships and relationships I developed because of basketball. See, I find it to be the relationships that we develop through our sports participation that are in fact the most meaningful and memorable. Basketball, you have given me a life team that I can never repay you for. You have supplied me with a platform that allows me to give back, to inspire, motivate, encourage individuals to go after their passions, to push through their failures and be fearless in stepping out of their comfort zones. It was because of you I was able to start my first company with co-founder Colleen Healy from UConn Women's Basketball called Orca Leadership. Orca standing for opportunity, resilience, contribution, and accountability. All 4 pillars we learned from playing your game. Even further, we were able to start up our own academy called Beyond the Game Academy, helping athletes across the country reach their dreams. I could have never imagined this life, and I have you to thank. Thank you, basketball.
The opportunities that basketball provided for me has been crazy. Being able to travel all over the world, to even a different country, just being able to meet so many different people and build so many different relationships has definitely just opened so many doors for me.
Opportunities that basketball has provided me, just to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places, around the world and also around the country. It's just, a great experience to make me a more well-rounded person.
Just being able to learn from my teammates, learning really what sacrifice is about, learning about hard work, just being a part of a team, having that support group, having somebody that's there to support you no matter what. It's been great.
Basketball has given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just traveling and coming here, this is special. And we went to Spain over the summer, and I had never been out the country before that, so it was special. And obviously, just giving me a free education. I mean, it's a big thing, and I'm glad basketball has been able to do it for me.
It's provided a lot of opportunities, provided me to get a college degree, travel places that I never thought I would travel to, and just meet new people.
I'd say basketball has just provided me with a variety of opportunities. I mean, just the connections that I made in the Purdue community, and kind of just growing as a player and as a person has. I'm definitely blessed and grateful to have all these opportunities.
Dear basketball, since I was a kid, you have always been a way for me to clear my mind of everything going on in life and just have fun playing and competing. You led me to seeing you where I've become a part of a close-knit basketball family. You've let me build a relationship with my brothers that not many people get to experience, and these relationships have been able to grow and will certainly last a lifetime. You have taught me that this sport is more than getting the best stats or winning the most games, but it's about enjoying the experience, making a difference in the community, and always competing at my highest level. Through great leadership from Coach K and other coaches, you have given me top-of-the-line resources to learn not only about the game, but about life and being a man of integrity and humility. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for you, and I am forever grateful for the lessons you have taught me and the memories that I will have for the rest of my life.
College basketball has provided me with a platform to not only have fun on the court and be around some amazing teammates, but also kind of supplement academics with just another side of the Notre Dame experience, because sports are such an important part of the tradition there, and being a part of the Notre Dame sports tradition in any way is just an incredible honor. It's amazing. I mean, just being here all week, there's just so much recognition for such an amazing sport and such amazing teams that are here, and to be a part of that in any small way is just incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here. Just the value of determination, perseverance, and self-confidence in getting where you want to go in life. I've definitely learned a lot being around a team of such strong, inspiring women, and I can only hope to emulate their talent on the basketball court and other parts of my life. I'm a computer science major in Notre Dame's College of Engineering, and I was really drawn to it because I've always kind of loved math and science, and it's a really fun way to apply problem-solving skills to different situations, especially in today's day and age where technology is becoming such an integral part of society. Just figuring out different ways I can contribute to that, I'm really excited to see where it'll take me in the future. I mean, I think just the general mindset of approaching something from how can I solve this in not only the best way but the most efficient way, because there's a big emphasis on that in a lot of my classes, and just kind of seeing how the sports world and the academic world can overlap, even with just the GPS things that we wear during practice to keep track of how hard we're working. Just the technology behind that is super interesting to me also. When I first came to campus, I was hoping to get involved in the women's basketball program in some way, and I applied to be a manager. and I thought that would be an awesome opportunity, super excited. And then I got an email about walk-on tryouts. I'm like, oh, this would be a great way to like go meet other girls to play pickup with. I had no idea it would lead to any of this, trust me, but I'm so glad it has. And after that, that's how I met some of the women's basketball people and how I got connected to be a team manager for the program. So I started doing that first semester of my freshman year. And then, as you probably know the story last year with the 4 ACL tears, they just needed another practice player kind of thing. So I turned from a manager to a walk-on and got the opportunity to go in some games, just help the team out any way I could. And that was an incredible ride, obviously ending with the championship last season, which was amazing. And then same thing this year, kind of just some injuries happened and they need someone to step up. So, I mean, I'm here to be whatever they need me to be, and I'm so blessed to be a part of this program in any way. Kind of going between the manager and walk-on role, I mean, it is a different type of thing I'm doing, but it's still being around the same girls every day and just being around the team. And for me, that was such a valuable thing. And again, like, I guess my passion for basketball and how much I just love the sport kind of made that seem easy. Not really something I thought about a ton, just because every day it wasn't about like what I could do. It was just about kind of getting out and playing the game I love every day and just being around it in any way.
Basketball has given me everything in my life. It's given me a chance to get a college education. It gives my families to take like trips to these cool tournaments we go to, and most importantly, my relationships with the people I've met throughout the years, and Coach Izzo down to my junior high coach. It's provided me with great relationships with teammates and guys that I'll be talking to for the rest of my life.
Basketball has provided me with just obviously the education portion of it is huge, and also just the relationships I was able to build with my teammates, guys on different teams that go to my school, like the football team and the soccer team. There's also just the relationships that I'm able to build outside of, athletics, and that's just, I believe that's huge, just being able to go and meet new people, especially at a big university like Ohio State, and just kind of get your network around and just see the way different people think and react to things.
I'd say basketball provided me with, the opportunity just to be around good people and meet people that can help me in life and give me a free education and be able to somewhat set myself up for a better life.
It has offered me opportunity to go to college, to leave my hometown, travel the world, build outstanding relationships and friendships. I'm forever grateful and a lot of gratitude to the game of basketball and to God for putting the basketball in my hands. So basketball has really blessed me a lot.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
My dad was a soccer coach and bought this little book bag. I could sit in the book bag like facing backwards and look like my legs out. So I'd be in his book bag when my dad coaches and the ball's going around. I'm like kicking at the ball in the back. And my dad's like, we have a prodigy. So he put me into soccer and it just progressed from there. The catalyst was the opportunity to play soccer at a Division II school. I loved the team. They brought me in like I was one of their own. The professors help out so much. They actually care about developing me, not only so I just memorize the material and able to take a test, but am I able to apply the information. I don't feel nervous asking them, hey, I'm not going to be in class, can you send me something? And they're completely fine with it and they understand, which is the best part. On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do. Be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I'm able to go out and become president of the Student Athletic Advisory Committee. SAC is consistent of like a ton of different backgrounds, and we'll come up with cool ideas for like fundraisings, and having the opportunity to raise money for Make-A-Wish and knowing it's going towards a good cause not only motivates me, but it motivates the whole community. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
And we are back from the College of Staten Island, where the Dolphins' lead is 11 points at the start of the second half. CSI trailed early, stormed out ahead, fell behind by 1, and then finished the half on a run, a 7-0 run to be exact, and they now lead it 43-32. This is Goldstein, and he can't get the layup to go. Mallory tips it, and McAllister has the rebound. Chestnut entry pass to Mallory. He's double-teamed, and it doesn't matter as Messiah knocks down the hook shot.
Doesn't matter. Mallory's able to knock it in with 2 defenders draped all over him.
Another thing the Dolphins done great this year, guys, has been their second chance opportunities on the year, as Mallory got that last one.
Childs with a nice move to finish around Goldstein. And it looked like Aaron took a shot. He was grimacing after that play. Goldstein for Chestnut. JJ finds Goldstein in the corner. Splash.
As good as gold, Joe. Goldstein for 3, his first 3 of the game.
In your absence, I had to use that call last game. Good to have you back.
I heard you. You delivered it pretty well, I must say.
All right.
Sal's caught a little off guard.
You've been acknowledged, Joe.
I've been acknowledged. Nothing new there. And Conroy had the ball trapped as May is too strong on the 3. Here comes Goldstein. Goldstein hands off to McAllister, and he traveled. And for the second time in this game, the net on the left basket is turned inside out.
Very true. It's going to be on Jeremy to fix the net.
And I think they're getting a new ball now because the ball went towards the bleachers over here. I think it went all the way back.
Well, Jeremy's under the bleachers behind us getting the ball. I don't know how it got. I guess it went through the middle somewhere. But good job by Jeremy, who's one of the best game day staffers we got by far to get the ball.
That ball traveled a long way. Dolphins now ahead by 14. And these next few minutes are going to be crucial for the Mavericks. Could be the difference between getting right back in this game and facing a blowout loss. May looking for somewhere to go with it, finds Kone. May has it right back. May inside, can't finish. Rebound Turner, he can't finish.
Called Mallory for goaltending.
He touched either the net or the rim.
I think he touched the rim.
Swiped upward when that shot went up, and I think he caught a piece of the rim. So count the basket. Dolphins lead now 12. Goldstein for Chestnut. They're giving JJ a lot of space. Mallory is short on the jumper. Chestnut had the rebound. It's knocked away, and Chestnut touched the ball while on the baseline. Childs will bring it up. Goldstein guarding him closely up until the half-court line. Kone back to the basket. Hands off to Conroy. Now May on the wing. 7 to shoot. May looks to drive. He spins, and he scores.
It's a beautiful finish right there from May on the spin move to get that 2 to make it a 10-point game.
Chestnut for Mallory. He's double. And he's fouled.
First foul of the half. Mallory will head to the free throw line.
2 free throws coming up for Messiah.
Team's first.
He leads the Dolphins with 11 points. His first free throw rattles out. Second is good. Dolphins in front by 11. Turner immediately was tripped up. He's fouled as the whistle comes, and the Dolphins pick up their first foul of the half.
Team's first.
Bounce pass on the backdoor, cut by May, and he almost converted a circus shot.
Would have been a nice finish there, but he will go to the free throw line.
Dolphins foul number 23, Messiah Mallory, his second, team
That's
second.
Mallory's second and the team's second. Made to the line for 2 shots. First is no good. Mavericks still have not made a free throw in this game. 0 for 2 from the line. And that free throw goes. McAllister inside. He lays it up and in. Strong take by Jordan McAllister.
Strong take, strong finish by McAllister, lowering the shoulder, getting to the basket and laying it in.
See a lot of tough baskets in this game from both sides. Another one right there. McAllister puts his team now up 12.
Conroy pull up off the mark. Here comes McAllister back the other way. He's isolated one-on-one. And he can't score there. But he has the offensive rebound and put back.
Great offensive board there by McAllister. Makes it count, and the Mavericks going to call timeout.
Words were being exchanged there.
Childs and McAllister have to be separated.
And that little scuffle will send us to a media timeout. 15:35 to go in the game. Dolphins lead it, 53-39.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Just over 15 and a half minutes to play in the second half. Dolphins lead is 14. Some words were exchanged ahead of that last media timeout. Nothing came of that. That was following the McAllister basket. This is Conroy, and he's fouled. Dolphins playing very aggressive defensively in the second half.
Media timeout.
We have another media timeout.
Wow, back-to-back.
I believe one of the teams called timeout, but normally that would become the media, so I'm not really sure why we had back-to-back media timeouts, but we had to break again. Dolphins lead by 14. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we're back, following the second of consecutive, or at least what I thought were, consecutive media timeouts. It's Conroy in the corner. No good. Five to shoot. That shot did not hit the rim. And Childs gets the roll.
Childs for two.
Goldstein. For McAllister. Now Waterman. McAllister, cross-court pass. Chestnut left open. Too strong.
So Chestnut knocked down an earlier three. Looking for another one right there, but just off the far side of the rim.
Childs with another pull-up and another made basket.
Childs 4 points out of the second media timeout.
He's now got 14 for the game, guys, making his team now down 10.
Leading scorer for the Mavericks, he's 7 of 9. Goldstein. Back out to Mallory. Now Waterman, 12 to shoot. McAllister spins and can't finish. Kone with the rebound. Here comes Childs the other way. Crossover, kick out. Turner left open. That's good.
Wide open there in the corner. Knocks down the three, and this Dolphins lead is dwindling.
It's now a 7-point game, and Mallory is fouled.
We've seen a couple of these in this game, guys. A game of runs so far between each team. Now it's the Mavericks making this one interesting once again. Now a 7-point lead for CSI.
Dolphins will inbound. 24 on the shot clock. Goldstein, McAllister, and Chestnut to the bench. Laddie, Oyekanmi, and Clancy in. Laddie's 3 off the mark. Clancy fighting for the rebound. And that was last touched by Clancy.
That ball is 4 rows up in the stands.
They've got it. Mavericks within 7 have it. And they're in the midst of a 7-0 run right now. May. For Kone, he has it right back. That's a deep 2, toe on the line. And Clancy has the rebound. Clancy up the floor. Waterman for 3. Splash.
Big 3 there for Waterman. We got some physicality here because on that way up, Oyekanmi looked like he was fouled. He was looking for a whistle for the ref, and then looks like the Mercy player took offense to that, and the benches have to be separated there.
See if anything comes of that. The officials may discuss it, but it doesn't appear so. The Dolphins took a timeout. Their lead is now 10 following that last three-pointer. Here's a look at what transpired.
And you'll see, guys, at the tail end of the play is the physicality from Oyakami and Turner right there. So.
Well, Nick, if you play that again, back it up to start time, you'll see where Oyakami, he thought he got fouled. He was kind of getting tripped up. I believe that's what I saw. He was complaining about, or not complaining about, but looking for potentially a whistle. Not sure if it was caught there on the game action.
Let's see right here. Here's a second different replay we have.
I don't think you could see it, but earlier on in that sequence, that's where you see where it's going on, but they're going to be ready to go. But what caused that was the previous run up the court.
All right, so the officials are going to take a look at it. What you see on your screen is what the officials are looking at. So this is the possession ahead of the words being exchanged. There's the deep two.
Yeah, it's going to it.
So there you see there, Oyakami got tied up. And they're going to give them both technical fouls most likely.
All right, so they're going to play it one more time. Probably could slow it down as well.
Now you could see, we'll see here at the speed.
So, Nick, it looks like double technicals.
That's what I think they're going to call double technicals. Let's ask Nick what he thought where he was we're doing the replay.
So you saw on that, we'll look at it once again, and I'll keep it at the volume that we have right now. And you see Waterman's going to shoot the three. Oyakami and Turner are underneath, and you see right there, they're tangled up. A little bit of physicality right there. And both of them are looking for a foul on the play, at least from either side. But now, because of that physicality, they're going to both get a technical foul coming up.
And you saw it in that first looking at the officials. The two of them, they got tangled up at half court. So that carried over and spilled over onto the basket.
All right, so we're going to play it one more time. We have an interested fourth party now in on it. And if it weren't for what occurred after the whistle, that's probably a play on. I think because of the Dolphins bench
being so
in
close
the
in
vicinity,
proximity,
yeah. I think
Coach Kurt was quick to get out there to push his players back.
Yeah. Generally speaking, it's probably a play on, but the right thing to do there is to assess the double technical and make sure nothing more comes of it. So good job by the officials. They got it checked out quickly. And we're back with the Dolphins leading by 10. And you have to think, with the Mavericks having the momentum, that stoppage has to hurt them a bit.
I think just because of how much time was left off as Kone is going to block that shot from Laddie. You're absolutely right, Joe, because you have so much momentum going on and you keep that pace going, but with that stoppage in play after the double technical, that could hurt the Mavericks down the stretch of this game.
Waterman fades away, off the mark. Kirkland with the rebound. Just over 12 and a half to go. Childs stripped, and it will stay Mavericks basketball. Mercy inbounds from the baseline. There's now 12 on the shot clock. Childs wanted Kone, but he wasn't ready for it, and now the Dolphins look to run. Dolphins with a bit of sloppy passing. And Mallory is short on the three, but we had a foul called underneath the basket.
That's going to be on May.
May fouls Oyekanmi.
Fourth team foul for Mercy.
Mavericks foul 0. Alex May, his third, team's fourth.
I love how Andrew announced that foul. He did not say number 0. That's how it's done. It is 0. I'm very picky about that. We're all in agreement, correct?
Yeah, I did that last game, so.
Did you?
I did.
Didn't say number 0.
I did not say number 0.
Good job.
The
staff well.
The old me did, though.
It's all right. We all have our encounter with greatness one day. Mine was Dave Pizzuto, and yours was me.
Got a jump ball right there.
And Nick to my right is now working under Dave in communications. Shh. It's one of those.
Media timeout.
Yes, I am. You may have seen that the College of Staten Island Instagram has been very active over the last 2 weeks.
That is not a coincidence. And the Dolphins' lead is 10. 11:56 to go, second half. We'll be right back.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the tank. With under 12 minutes to play, the Dolphins lead by 10.
Joe, just kind of worried if this game becomes close within the last 2 minutes, they might play off to send you over to the swimming meet.
That would be highly unfortunate. But, of course, I was happy to help out and lead our senior day presentation over at Swim as Conroy rattles in a 3, and it's a 7-point Dolphin lead again. Clancy up top for Mallory. He tips it to Oyekanmi, who lost it out of bounds. But it will be Dolphins' ball. I think Swim is probably wrapped up, and I think they have been wrapped up for a while. It was an abbreviated meet tonight. Clancy left wide open. Splash.
Easy shot there for Chris Clancy. Nick, you know Clancy so well from your time together at St. Peter's.
Yes, Clancy was one of the best players St. Peter's has had in a very long time. He was a huge catalyst for the Eagles in winning on the island, and he makes a nice three-pointer right there to give his team back a 10-point lead.
Clancy in this game, 3 of 3 from downtown, 11 points in just 12 minutes.
You could pretty much lock it in every game. 9 points from threes off the bench every game for Chris Clancy.
He's so valuable in more ways than just one. Defensively and in terms of his hustle, always gives 100% out there on the floor. Childs way off from 3. It's tipped and rebounded by Turner. And a foul is called. No single Dolphin scoring a ton of points tonight, but it's been a well-balanced offensive effort. Dolphins with 14 assists on 20 shots. Of those 20 shots, 11 three-pointers. Childs blocked underneath. Here come the Dolphins. Laddie hesitates and can't make the layup. Childs saves it right to Turner. And Laddie pokes it away from behind. Here come the Dolphins. Waterman way downtown. No good. Oyekanmi with the rebound. He banks it in. Count it. And one.
Childs fouls him there. And Dolphins now stretching this lead with a free throw to come.
Turner is beside himself. He thought that he was fouled when the ball was poked away, didn't get the call. And then at the other end, he was whistled for a foul. And Oyekanmi turns that into a three-point play.
You could also make the case that maybe there was also an over the back with Oyekanmi grabbing that rebound.
That's what I was getting at. Dolphins get the benefit of that last whistle. They now lead by 13. We approach 10 minutes to go. Conroy up top for Kone. Now Childs. He'll try a three, and that's good.
Childs with a bit of revenge there as he knocks down his three.
You could tell he was thinking about taking that three-pointer as soon as he touched the ball. And Clancy answers right back.
Well, Clancy, when he gets hot, he's hard to stop, and right now he's getting hot.
Dolphin lead is 13 again. Every time the Mavericks have come up with a big basket, the Dolphins have had an answer. Kirkland with a hand in his face, no good. Clancy, pressure, finds Laddie. Laddie on the drive, no good on the floater, but Mallory has the rebound. Quick pass by Waterman. Clancy's shot, no good.
Waterman with such a great pass. He thought for sure Clancy was going to knock that one in. A rare miss for Chris.
And a foul is called on Waterman. That's the sixth Dolphins team foul.
Dolphins foul number 22, Bryce Waterman, second, team sixth.
That's going to be 7 now.
Is that going to be back-to-back on Waterman?
I don't like that call. I think that should have been an offensive foul.
Coach Tibbs certainly not happy with the call on the court right there.
7 fouls, 9 minutes to go. A lot of free throws ahead, perhaps, for the Mavericks.
I thought they could have gotten Oyekanmi for the over-the-back at the other end. And I think right there, they could have gotten Conroy for bulldozing his way into Waterman. I mean,
it was a little bit quick, but you could see.
Just a bit.
You could see, though, he pretty much, as if he was playing on Sunday as an NFL player, trying to run around his defender right there.
And Conroy goes 1 of 2 from the line. 12-point game. Clancy sidesteps, splash.
He's hot, and the tank is loving it.
Good hesitation, too, from Clancy on that three. Now gives his team a 15-point lead.
17 points now for Clancy. I think that might be a career high.
Mavericks have had no answer for the Dolphin sharpshooter. That three-pointer short. Rebound tipped out to Childs. May in the corner. Oh, he was fouled. Now, was that foul called on the shot? Or was it called?
I think that was called on Clancy.
Okay,
he was
I
going for the
so.
rebounds.
There was Clancy's last three on the replay right there.
Mavericks foul number 5, Sean Conroy, his third, team sixth.
So we'll have a career high for Chris Clancy in a few seconds to see who gets there first, me or Nick.
Battle between you and Nick.
I think you'll probably get to it before I do.
Now Mallory's fouled.
I will say this layout's a little bit better.
14 points.
This is it.
This is a career high for him.
Congrats, Chris. And Mallory's going to head to the free throw line now. Or no, he's not. Yes, he is, yes. But in the bonus.
Both teams with 7. We'll say they are certainly letting them play out there for the most part.
For the most part, for sure.
And Mallory makes the free throw. He goes 2 for 2. Dolphins briefly pressing. Conroy tries to accelerate past Oyakonmi, and he can't connect on the pull-up.
Another rebound from Mallory.
That makes 8. Chestnut for Waterman for 3. Short. And Mallory's all alone. He throws it down, and the Dolphins lead by 19.
As easy of a rebound and putback slam as Messiah Mallory will ever get.
Watching that basket shake makes me nervous every time.
Well, if something happens to the basket, Joe, I have a bad feeling everyone's going to be looking to you for some reason.
Well, that's because when we had a power issue up there, I was climbing the ladder.
Open night.
Yep. I was up there.
You'd be great in like a, tables, ladders, and chairs, Money in the Bank type of match.
My feet were above the rim. I'm just over 6 feet tall, so I was about, I'd say, 17 feet up in the air. I was up there. Didn't enjoy it, but we fixed the basket, most importantly. Dolphins lead, 72-53, 7:47 to go.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
And we're back from the tank, where the CSI lead has ballooned to 19 points. Mavericks battled their way back in the first half, but since late in the first half, it has been all Dolphins.
It's kind of what we saw in the first meeting between these two teams, where the Dolphins had that big first half. It was a closer second half between the two, but in this one, it was pretty much a close game throughout most of the first half. And the Dolphins, thankfully for them, have gotten their shooting numbers up here in the second half and now have this 19-point lead.
It will be Mavericks basketball. At least I thought so. It'll be Dolphins basketball. 20 on the shot clock. Alley-oop is up, and Mallory can't bank it in. Clancy got a hand on it.
We've seen the Dolphins pull that off before.
They have. May inside for Kone, and he can't finish. Clancy with the rebound. Clancy has 5 boards. McAllister over Kone, gets it to go.
McAllister playing big down low in this game.
Dolphins lead by 21. They have run away with this one in the second half. May barreled into Mallory. Was he in the restricted area is the question.
Well, that was the call that he was.
Well, let's see. Go back to the replay.
Give me one quick second. As they go to the free throw line, here is the replay right here.
Good call.
Yep.
Unfortunately, by the letter of the law, it was not. The crowd saying it was good. Unless they're talking about the call, they'd be wrong.
They're now saying ball don't lie, though.
They'd be wrong again. It's okay. We have the benefit of replay. They do not. One of 2 from the line for May. 7 minutes to go. Dolphins by 20. Chestnut looks to attack, and he was pushed. Still managed to finish.
Beautiful job finishing there.
And you said it, Joe. They are definitely letting them play most throughout without no whistle.
Yeah, I thought for sure Chestnut was headed to the line there. May looking for somewhere to go with it. Swings it back to Childs. Now Kirkland left open. And he gets the friendly roll.
Kirkland was really hot early in this game. But that was first basket in quite some time.
Clancy. Off the mark. Tipped by Mallory. Out of bounds. Jamal Jacobs will bring it up. He was in briefly during the first half. Kirkland over Waterman, knocks down the three.
Kirkland's beginning to percolate once again.
Mavericks not out of it yet, but they'll need a few more of those. And that won't help. Clancy's fouled. He's headed to the line. He has a chance for his first career 20-point game. Though, I believe he played elsewhere first.
Yeah, he did transfer in, so I'd imagine he was playing the last 2 years somewhere else.
Thought I had that information on his player bio as Mallory gets the easy two off another Dolphins offensive rebound. Gannon University.
Where is that?
Good question. That shot way off. Rebounded by Mallory.
Told him to take the three. That's off.
A bit short.
I think the bench wants him to get 20 as that dunk's
One
missed.
almost threw it down with one hand. Now McAllister from Mallory. And he lays it in.
And Mallory was hacked on that play, too. Should have been an and one. Nonetheless, gets the two.
Another great game for Mallory. Could be in contention for the ECC Player of the Week.
So Clancy has scored 20 before. It would be his first 20-point game with the Dolphins as Childs hits a three.
Well, either way, Dolphin career high for Chris Clancy.
Had a couple of 20-point games last year.
Dolphins certainly happy to have him with his almost 20-point performance tonight.
And Chestnut throws it down.
Well, Joe, Christmas may be over, but the Chestnuts are still roasting on an open fire. JJ slamming down a dunk. What a job there by JJ Chestnut, and the tank is becoming unglued.
And here's another look at it. I've been in the gym while JJ practices those, and he made it look easy right there. And I'm not sure it gets much easier than that. The Mavericks with a defensive lapse on that play.
Chestnut is having himself a strong night as well as Clancy and Mallory. And this is what the Dolphins needed, guys. That big game on Saturday with Stack. They needed some momentum going into this one. Looks pretty much from here on out, the Dolphins will pick up a huge win going into that matchup with the Spartans.
And let's look ahead to that matchup with the Spartans for just a moment as the Dolphins lead by 19 now with just over 4 minutes to play. It looks like the Dolphins will move to 6-1 in the conference. We were all here for that last game against Stack. And for the Dolphins, that result had to be very disappointing. They led in that game late, could not close out the Spartans. How important is it to get that win back this weekend?
Well, considering what the standings currently are at right now with both teams at the top of the ECC in conference record-wise, it's huge for CSI. Obviously, that loss would have been, if they were able to pull it out, they would be right now on top of the standings. Now, obviously, with the tiebreakers now, they're tied. They have a chance to avenge that loss this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah.
It's a big game. We saw in that matchup, it was pretty much all back and forth, and we had an almost buzzer beater at the end.
So, Joe, let's say the teams finish with the same record. They split the season series. What's the tiebreaker for the 1 seed?
I believe it goes in descending order, your record against the other teams in the conference. So it would start. Let's say they finish tied for first.
Right.
You would go to the team that's in
So
third
whoever has
place.
it better, okay.
Third place. So if Damon came in third place, then whatever team has the better record against Damon would be the 1 seed, and they would work their way
Keep going.
all the way
Okay,
down the
interesting.
conference. Now, again, I'm always unsure until we get those emails late in the season about the tie-breaking procedures and who's hosting. But I believe 1 and 2 get a bye. That much I know. 1 and 2 get a bye. That was the case last year. And then 1 hosts the semifinal and the finals. So
are those going to be on back-to-back days then?
yes.
Okay.
So the team that finishes as the 2 seed in that scenario would not host a game.
Right.
So
So
if
you
the
got to
Dolphins-
consider all the travel for those Buffalo teams. That's probably why they do that.
If the Dolphins were to lose on Saturday, then in all likelihood, they would not be able to finish as the 1 seed. Though anything can happen, it would be tough.
Right.
It would be tough.
Stack would have to lose 2 more times.
Now, of course, we'd love to host here at CSI.
Oh, yeah.
And we still may host a game if we finish in either the 3 or the 4 seed for men's or women's basketball.
Yeah.
But, the Dolphins are aiming higher than 3 or 4, especially given how they've started. It looks like a rolled ankle for Zane Wadden as he gingerly makes his way off the floor.
Curious to know where the D2 tournament is held, how that would all work out.
Now, there are regional hosts, and
when is CSI going to host the region?
Well, you have to be in the tournament. One
Okay.
of the 4 teams
So
in your
the top
regional
seed
bracket would
just
host.
gets the host. Got it. Okay.
At least that's how it works in softball, because back in the Division III days, softball earned several automatic bids into the NCAA tournament by virtue of winning the CUNYAC. So one of the 4 teams typically hosts the regional, though if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if that was the case in softball, now that I think about it. I visited Kane University with CSI softball. They hosted an opening round quartet of teams, and I'm not sure Kane was in that bracket.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They just pick a host site, and that's the way it is. But I guess we'll see. We'll cross that bridge if we get to it.
Still a lot to learn for me. I'm only part-time. As
Aren't we
McAllister
all?
traveled.
Aren't we all?
This whole table is. Three and a half to play from the tank. Dolphins lead by 19. Now for us, this is our last broadcast for quite some time. As that basket goes down, Robert Zamudjian comes in off the bench and quickly converts an and one.
When's our next broadcast? It's February. I know that much. Is it
It is
or something like that?
I believe
Fifth?
February 9th.
February 9th. Yikes.
We have quite some time
So that's
off.
going to be a busy weekend. Super Bowl.
Yep.
And 2 games here, the 9th and the 11th.
From today, I believe it's 15 days until our next broadcast.
That's it. Before you know it, the season will be at a close.
It has gone by so quickly. Mallory, hook shot is good. Off the feed from Chestnut. Mallory now has 22.
And 11 rebounds. Certainly worthy of the TLC player of the game.
Conroy connects from way downtown. Dolphins are about to clear the bench. However, Nick,
we know we're going to be speaking to Chris Clancy.
We spoke to Messiah last game. I think it's time we hear from Chris Clancy.
Nick, any intel on what we should ask Chris Clancy about his St. Peter's days?
I couldn't give you any if I had any, unfortunately. So
we'll ask him what he thought of the PA announcer. Did you do any basketball?
Not really.
We'll ask him what he thought of the football PA.
There you go.
As McAllister hits the floater. We know what this team thinks of you here.
I did. I got a nice endorsement from the basketball team in my last game.
You did. They said, this guy's fire.
I was called elite, apparently.
Elite.
Wow, that's
I didn't
great.
hear it, but I was called elite.
That's awesome.
You are elite.
Thank you.
Otherwise, I'd send you home.
All right.
As is Andrew. Andrew is also
Well, Joe, I would tell you this. I was speaking to a gentleman at halftime.
There's another three for Clancy.
The gentleman, he's on the Wagner College football team, and he said, we are a much superior broadcast than anything at Wagner College. And you know what? I agree with the guy.
I won't argue.
He said we're much more charismatic.
Well, I'm known for my charisma once I put the headset on. After that, I make my way home, park myself in my chair, and I call it the cave.
Put on the PlayStation or the Xbox.
Well, I'm not much of a gamer these days. We play late at night once everyone's home from work. I actually work all day, every day. I have multiple business ventures that I'm involved in, and they take all my time. On top of that, we have the gym. It's a busy day for me.
Clock never stops.
No, I'm always on the clock as Conroy knocks down another three.
And you'll be having a busy weekend as well as the clock counts down from 10 on Saturday night in Tampa Bay in St. Petersburg.
This weekend will be the first of 2 trips I take down to Tampa in the next 5 weeks.
I thought potentially 3. You got to take 2 in that particular next trip if you have to come back for a basketball game.
Let's hope it's just 2. So the plan is obviously I'm headed to Tampa this weekend. Personal trip, but at the beginning of March, softball is playing in Winter Haven, and that is closer to Tampa than Orlando. So I will be flying into Tampa again as Childs converts the N1. But I'll be heading back to Tampa, and we'll be covering CSI softball. Whether or not I bring the headsets is a different story. If I have company, I might, but I will certainly be scoring those games and providing live stats over at csidolphins.com. Andrew, of course, joined me on the call down there last year. Meanwhile, the Dolphins' lead is now 12. And Childs hits the free throw. So the final score might end up being much closer than this game actually was. The first half, very competitive. The second half, all Dolphins. 1 minute to go.
You see they're trying to potentially force a turnover.
And Sean Hargrave is tied up.
Hargrave had Armas open, but when you come in a game this late, of course you're going to try to score, and that's what Hargrave was trying to do there.
Armas fouled.
Was that another interaction right there?
We haven't used that word yet, interaction.
Trying to find the PG way, I guess, of saying that. Conroy now has 4.
So Armas will head to the line. And he rattles in the free throw.
Back-to-back games now, guys. The Dolphins have scored 90-plus points. So Dolphins offense, after it looked like to be a slow start in the first half, able to reach that 90 mark here in the second.
Well, we know this team can put the ball in the basket. The Dolphins are confident that they can put the ball in the basket. What it comes down to is everything else. And they've played great defense for really all but a game or 2 early in the season. And that's team foul number 10 plus on the Dolphins. They're already in the penalty. And Conroy heads to the line, but when the Dolphins play the kind of defense that we've seen them play at their best, they are just so tough to beat because we know how well they can score it.
And we always talk to TJ Tibbs. He really stresses the importance of his team's defense because when you get strong defense, it could lead to transition takes and getting quick open baskets down the other side of the court. So the Dolphins have certainly showed that in these last couple of games with their defensive effort, and it's led to these wins.
And on the offensive end, I was talking to Coach Tibbs at halftime. He spoke about confidence. All the players are playing with a lot of confidence now. They know if they take the shots, more often than not, they're going to make the shots. And that has been shown with these 90-point games as of late.
And it's really hard to lack confidence when you shoot 14 of 27 from 3. Dolphins overall shooting 45% from the field, 52% from downtown. The Mavericks in this game currently shooting 47% from the field, nearly 55% from three-point range, and they are trailing by double digits.
And a big reason why is the numbers at the glass, and we spoke about that in the pregame, that's been a consistent issue for the Mavericks this season, being not able to get those rebounds. Dolphins have out-rebounded them so far in this game 37-28. So +9 on the rebounding mark, and then 13-9 the turnover mark is where the Dolphins lead that category as well.
Dolphins back ahead by 14. Kirkland from well beyond the arc. He is short. And the Mavericks will not ease off yet. And Mercy continuing to foul. Not sure why. We have dinner reservations after this.
Oh, man, Buffalo Wild Wings might close down before you guys get there.
Nick, don't blow up our spot, Nick. Don't blow up our spot.
If anyone wants to come, Joe and Nick will be signing autographs at Buffalo Wild Wings this evening.
I brought some Sharpies, so it's possible.
I had a Sharpie in my bag last weekend because we were scheduled to attend shoot-around at the Knicks game. Our second game ended.
So what are we going to have them sign? A basketball?
Jersey.
Okay. So how's that work? You're on the court or not near the court while they're doing shoot-arounds?
Mavericks called a timeout.
You just hold up the Sharpie in the jersey, they see it, and they come over.
Yep.
I hope.
All right, so what would be the most valuable autograph? Obviously, Jalen Brunson.
I think currently that would be the number one autograph you could get. But my jersey was R.J. Barrett. They were playing the Raptors. I had a new with tags R.J. Barrett jersey from last season.
Interesting.
I had the unfortunate mishap of me and the team at the beginning of the year, and I had RJ and Brunson both sign a hat. Now, obviously, RJ's no longer on the Knicks, so
collector's item.
It's a collector's item now, but still was fun to meet the team nonetheless.
Guys, 32 seconds left here. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you guys who is winning the Men's Royal Rumble.
Ooh. Well, for our wrestling fans out there, this table is made up of 3 big wrestling fans, and my instincts tell me The Rock is winning.
Yeah.
However, an asterisk there is I think there's a good chance that he will cost Roman Reigns the championship in the Fatal 4-Way.
All right, if that's the case, then
if
you
not,
got to imagine CM Punk would be the favorite. But in case of emergency, you could always look to Brock Lesnar.
I don't think they'll do that again. They just did it a couple of years back.
Depends with that
Rock
injury.
1,
to Seth
CM
Rollins.
Punk 2. Rock 1, CM Punk 2.
I'll agree with you.
I'll go opposite order. Punk 1, Rock 2. As that one's off of Conroe.
And we're all rooting for Gunther.
Yes.
I could get behind that, possibly.
I could definitely get behind that.
Dolphins turn it over. And May will lay it in with 7.6 to go.
It's still pressing. Still fouling.
They're still fouling.
To the last whistle.
I'm not exactly sure why. I mean,
Dolphins not happy.
Nor should they be. They're up by 13 with
So
4.5
Joe,
seconds left.
hypothetically here, what would the Mavericks have to do to tie this game in the next 4.4 seconds? I don't think you enough shots off.
There's not enough time to foul out every Dolphin, so there is nothing they can do. I'm just not sure why they're fouling. It's a good thing we didn't have a shoot-around tonight. Wouldn't have made that either. Goldstein hits both.
And TJ calls a timeout.
I love it. The one upsmanship, the gamesmanship, you might say. Dolphins going to talk it over here, figure out how they're going to play this last 4 seconds defensively.
So I think the conversation here is get as far away from the ball handler as possible. Do not commit a foul. However, wait up the floor so that they do not get an easy shot.
It's certainly been a chippy game between both sides, so yeah, you don't want to
come out
have
here,
anything happen.
Put Hargrave all over the inbounder, and then have everybody back off.
I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
Crowd is yelling at Justin
The
Zeres.
Dolphins are interacting with some of the fans in attendance, and they're going to have to say something eventually, guys.
Things are getting feisty here. We got 4.4 seconds left. Let's get this game over with.
I mean, I have to be honest. This is ridiculous.
Chase stepping in, talking to the refs, saying, let's just get this over with.
Yeah,
this game should have been over minutes ago.
It's making only matters worse by all the fouls and timeouts being called.
Are they going to shoot? Is Childs going to shoot?
And that'll do it. So the Dolphins pick up their third straight conference win. They are now 6-1 against the ECC as they defeat Mercy University for the second time this season by a final score of 96-81. In just a few moments, Nick will be joined on the floor by our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, Chris Clancy.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
We are back here at the Tank. Dolphins coming off a 96-81 win over the Mercy Mavericks. We are waiting. Actually, it doesn't look like we're going to have a post-game interview. We're waiting to see if we will or not. And it looks like we are. So Chris Clancy is coming over in just a moment. Our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game off a 20-point performance. He'll be joined by my broadcast partner, Nick Durst, in just a short moment here as we get everything ready up. And I'll turn it over to Nick, my broadcast partner, Nick Durst.
Thanks, Nick. I'm here with the player of the game, Chris Clancy. Shooting threes are chancy, but not when you're Chris Clancy. On fire tonight. Career high as a Dolphin, 20 points. Locked in the zone tonight. How good did it feel with the ball come out of your hands tonight?
It felt great. It felt great to see a couple of them dropping the rim. I haven't been shooting my best the last couple of games, but my teammates keep telling me, keep pushing me in practice, and yeah.
Big win tonight. Another 90-plus point performance for the team, and you guys are rolling right now. Big game this weekend. Looking ahead, but how good are you guys vibing right now?
Oh, we're feeling great. We're not trying to let the standings get in the way. Just taking it one game at a time, and keep getting better the next day.
All right, Chris. Thanks a lot for your time. Congratulations. Go celebrate with the team. Back over to you, Nick, at the desk.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. As Chris Clancy, our TLC Physical Therapy Player of the Game, a CS High career high with 20 points tonight, leading the Dolphins to a 96-81 win. They now go to 6-1 in conference play, Joe.
And Nick, if you're the Dolphins, the only thing you probably change about what you've done in conference play so far is the last 4 minutes of that game against Stack. On Saturday, they head to Stack with a chance to atone for those 4 minutes and pick up conference win number 7 for the Dolphins in terms of potentially securing the number 1 seed in the conference. That's a huge game. I think a win in that game also goes a long way to earning the Dolphins some more regional recognition as well. Nick, you've covered this Dolphins team with me all season. What has been so impressive about what they've done so far?
Right now, what's just so impressive is that on any given night, anybody could score 20 points. Just a very deep team here, getting contributions up and down the whole roster this season.
Dolphins certainly have capable scorers and defenders top to bottom on their roster, and on Saturday, they head to St. Thomas Aquinas College with a chance to get their win back against the Spartans. However, For us, this is our last broadcast until February 9th. The Dolphins host Damon and Deauville that weekend. One of those games will be played on Super Bowl Sunday. I can't promise I'll be here, but we will have the call for you here on CSI Sportsnet on that day. Until next time, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nick Durst, my color commentary, and our color commentator / engineer Nick Bavona, Pat Gilorenzo on camera. From all of us here at CSI, thanks for watching and have a good night.